Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. The Election Commission of Pakistan has formally taken notice of remarks made by Sohail Afridi, the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, regarding the upcoming by-election in constituency NA18 Haripur. Addressing a rally in Havelian, Afridi warned poll officials, police, and administrative staff against alleged manipulation ahead of the November 23rd vote. The ECP has called his comments irresponsible, stating they jeopardized the security of both election staff and voters and violated the Elections Act 2017 as well as the Commission's Code of Conduct. Afridi, along with candidate Shehnaz Omar Ayub, has now been summoned, while provincial authorities have been directed to implement foolproof security measures, including a possible army deployment, to ensure a peaceful polling day. In Rawalpindi, the Anti-Terrorism Court has withdrawn the arrest warrants issued for Alima Khan, sister of former Prime Minister Imran Khan, in connection with the November 26th protest case. The cancellation came after she appeared in court, submitted compliance documents, and provided fresh surety bonds worth 1 million rupees each. However, her request to unfreeze several bank accounts remains unresolved, with the prosecution instructed to file its response by November 26th. For more on this, we're joined by our Punjab correspondent Drake Rowland reporting from Rawalpindi.
Chris, today's proceedings were closely watched given the political sensitivities surrounding the case. Court officials emphasized that Alima Khan's compliance and new surety bonds satisfied the requirements for the withdrawal of her warrants. However, the freeze on her accounts continues to be a major point of contention, with legal teams expecting an intense debate when the prosecution submits its reply. Analysts here say the outcome may set a precedent for similar cases tied to protest-related charges. For now, the city remains calm, though political observers are keeping a close eye on the upcoming hearing.
Thank you, Drake. Turning to the United Nations, the Security Council has warned that the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan poses a serious threat to South and Central Asia. According to the UN, the group is receiving logistical and substantial support from Afghanistan's de facto authorities. Pakistan's representative to the UN stressed that the TTP continues to use Afghan soil as a launchpad for major terrorist operations, urging the global community to reinforce counter-terrorism frameworks, particularly the 1267 sanctions regime. Back home, Pakistan's security forces in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa have killed 7 terrorists in 3 separate operations over November 18th and 19th. The ISPR says 4 militants were neutralized in Mohman district, 2 in Laki Marwat, and 1 in Tank. The group, described as part of the Indian proxy Fitna al-Khawarij, a reference to the TTP, was reportedly involved in multiple acts of violence. The military adds that its counter-terrorism drive under Azam-e-Istikam will continue at full pace to eradicate foreign-sponsored militancy. In economic developments, the Asian Development Bank has approved a $330 million financing package to strengthen Pakistan's national power transmission network. The project includes building a 500 kilovolt transmission line spanning nearly 290 kilometers and upgrading critical grid infrastructure serving Islamabad and Faisalabad. The initiative aims to evacuate up to 3,200 megawatts of hydropower and other renewable energy sources, supporting Pakistan's clean energy transition and reducing reliance on imported fuel. The ADB says the plan also advances targets set under the National Power Policy 2021 and Vision 2025. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has issued a corruption warning for Pakistan, calling for urgent institutional reforms. In its governance and corruption diagnostic assessment, the IMF outlines a 15-point action plan, including tighter limitations on government financial authority. The report highlights that addressing governance weaknesses is essential for long-term stability and the success of Pakistan's broader reform agenda. And finally, oil prices have edged higher following a sharper-than-expected drop in U.S. crude inventories. The latest data shows a decline of 3.4 million barrels, driving Brent crude towards $63.67 a barrel, while U.S. WTI hovered near $59.61. Markets remain cautious, balancing strong domestic demand in the United States with the possibility that geopolitical shifts, including changes in the Ukraine conflict or renewed Russian oil flows, could significantly alter global supply dynamics. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.